Feb 23rd, 2022, I posted Anachronism 3609. Oh, no, 3519, sorry. It's called Topography of the Broken Bed. Snowful, awful, tearful, wishful. That's Wah When to begin. This mood elaboration, the first movement of four, is not going to render me extinct. The no movement of this mood prunes nothing, proves to be stasis rather than movement. That's the movement in which we are now invested. My sanctions are to get up and pee 14 times and then walk to the animal shelter, pick out the cutest, sweetest imaginary kitten, bring her home, the home which has no kitchen, feed her the food that kitchenlessly remains without this home's confines, can't get any more for 10 whole days. This way, I have a small and terrified starvation companion. Rest assured, this is hyperbole. I'll starve alone, no worries. And next on the list is to refuse the meeting with the heads of fraud, the meeting in which I demand all of my money back for the 1,000th time. This is a celebration in case that has not become head-bonkingly apparent. The fraud heads know and love this, by which I mean the fact that time is famously a waste and humanity is its excrement. Even when it knows it should move about, exercise, time stands perfectly still, no movement. Even when standing at our side, even when out of mind, it stands there, silently being, the currency of being. For time, this is fiduciary, monetary, and cryptic. It looks in the mirror, loves to do this, admires its sexual face for hours, if such things existed, but too many sexual faces induce movement, and time has none. It stands or sits perfectly still, admiring its sexual face with no tics. It loves this joke, but cannot be funny. Certainly out loud, there is no music to this melody, no movement in this movement, but that doesn't stop time's jokes, e.g., time to get handsy with hands-free time, it considers, hilariously. Delinquent time, that asshole with too much of itself on its hands-free immobility, our hero, our long-bearded dad who fought the mighty fight against the implementation of a new year, just so that it could invent it. Time so corrupt, so warped, and it continues its consideration of its humorous inner monologue, a rather corny stand-up routine. As it turns out, if I lived in an alternate universe, in another dimension, why, I'd be riding a burning roller coaster, I'd be screaming, I'd learn nauseous, the entire amusement park, having only just been amusingly blown near to oblivion by an asteroid or a nuclear bomb. So hilarious. Time cannot be still. All of a sudden needs desperately to laugh. But being unable to laugh begins to jerk and tick, a bit like a well-intentioned alarm clock, those whom only history can prove existed. Time feels. Time's ill. A rancid feeling wells up inside of time that cannot, of course, be expelled. And it is happening, that which had been foretold, that this is how time dies, being unable to puke.